to Digital Ephemera with nykTV. I'm your host, Nika, and today's episode has been a little bit delayed, but it's finally here. We're playing Legend of Zelda, Legend of Link. I'm sorry. So we have Link yawning in bed. Legend of Link. And yeah, I actually lost my original recording to this, so I'm going to be overdubbing it. It's a little awkward. Here's a fairy. It's very much like the beginning of Ocarina of Time. And yeah, I played this just kind of for fun, thinking it'd be a short thing initially, and then I was kind of surprised how, I guess, full-featured it is. So I was kind of excited to show it off. Unfortunately, like previous episodes of Digital Ephemera, I hadn't pre-recorded them all for this month, so you've probably noticed a few delays and just missing episodes and stuff. Sorry about that. I was planning to have RPG Maker games mostly be a May thing, but I had a couple more episodes planned. Let me know if you'd like to see more RPG Maker. I can always get back to Dreams if that's what people are hankering for. Now we have this boulder puzzle here, and again, when I was playing this originally, immediately felt like deja vu back to Ocarina of Time. You can tell that this dev probably grew up playing Ocarina of Time as well. That was one of my big Zelda games as a kid, so... And yeah, this was where I found out that the game has a sword. And yeah, it works a little silly. I mean, it's not always pointing the right direction when you swing. But I did not expect this RPG Maker game made with console assets. I mean, made with default assets on the console version of RPG Maker MV. I did not expect that to have action adventure combat of any kind. I did not expect them to copy Zelda that much. Like all these characters, of course, don't really look like Nintendo, but you know, I give them a little grace there because it's what they're working with. But I just thought they were going to have like RPG style battles, and then we have a sword, so that's a fun start. We got a shop. We got these beautiful little, I mean, they're kind of rudimentary, but these little trees, I wasn't expecting the trees. It's a very interesting little map here. It's simple. You can tell it's someone's early, like maybe one of their early attempts at a game, but I love the creativity going on here already. And then we get to the Elder Tree screen, and who is it? It's, well, not the Deku Tree, it's the Elder Tree this time. But look at that, they're using the log as his nose and the eyebrows with those vines. This is just cool. I was really impressed with this, like I said. I still am. So here's the first dungeon. And we have little, what are they, imps? Goblins? I'm gonna slash them. The slashing's a little, it's a little silly, but we're impressed that's here at all. Now we climb up, and what do we get? What is this? How do I open it? Seemed like at this point I had forgotten how to open it, and surely there I go, just trying to finish off the enemies and see if anything happens with that. You know, in Zelda games sometimes you have to defeat all the enemies before you get a chest or a door, so you kind of figured maybe that's what we do. But no, I think it's just the placement's a little awkward if I remember right, but we'll figure that out soon. There we go. You just have to, you can't be on it. You have to be next to it. So now we have the slingshot, the classic first weapon that you get in Ocarina of Time when you're in the Deku Tree dungeon. So this is, again, very reminiscent of the N64 game. This is the point where I was trying to figure out how to even use the slingshot, I hate to say. Props for it being here and for it working at all like it does. It was just the words. I am sorry. The implementation was a little weird, just kind of like that sentence I just tried to implement. So you'll see me here spending a little time trying to figure out if I'm supposed to interact with that arrow, if I'm supposed to shoot a pebble at it, how I shoot the pebble at it. Also, you only have a limited number of pebbles, of course, so you'll also see me having to go look for more of those, which we're doing now. So yeah, I had another RPG Maker game by a friend I'm wanting to check out. I need to talk to her a little more about that, get the details on it. And also I noticed a YouTuber who does RPG Maker games on this very console version of the platform followed me recently. And ironically, their game was already in my list, so it's kind of like a Monster Hunter-esque game made in RPG Maker. So I'm interested and excited to check those out. Let me know if you're still be interested in more RPG Maker games. Again, I was really thinking of making it a 1 month thing originally, but if people like it, I could just kind of mix in more, throw in more RPG Maker games in the mix occasionally along with the Dream games or something, or maybe we could just continue it for June and then go back to Dreams. I don't know. Still not sure what we're going to do with that yet, but whatever works. So at this point I'd explored pretty much, I think, everything, although did I check the maze? Not sure if I checked the maze, but here we go back. We're going to see if we can get into the boss room of this dungeon, I suppose. But yeah, how you doing? I'm recording this on a Friday. We're gonna be releasing this tomorrow on Saturday. And I had recorded a dub for this once before, and then I lost the dub, and then I thought I lost all this footage. The first time I transferred it, it was, you can see me slashing around frustration there, but not knowing what to do. But yeah, the first time I transferred over the footage, it got corrupted or something, so I thought it was just, I thought it was a lost cause, but then turns out it was just something that happened during the transfer process. So once I went back and retransferred it, it worked. And at this point in the game, you'll notice I started checking. I'm a little desperate for items. I don't have enough rupees to get more pebbles, so I started checking environmental objects. And this game surprised me in another way, which is just they have a bunch of little items hidden in a lot of different little pots, jars, boxes, what have you. You'll see that soon. So I'm going around collecting some resources so I can get some more pebbles, so I can hopefully hit that arrow and get inside the dungeon so I can finish that. But yeah, Digital Ephemera has been I've been wanting to showcase like smaller games made on more niche platforms, I guess. Specifically more indie related titles. So stuff like RPG Maker games was always something I had considered a possibility. I just wanted to start with a very particular niche for those here. But I might expand to other niches in the future, maybe even like other versions of RPG Maker or other game-like engines. I don't know if anyone's made anything cool in Fighter Maker for PS1 or what have you, but we could check it out. But yeah, just for this first year, this first season, roughly, I thought I would just I try to mostly pre-record a few episodes at a time so I can make sure I'm releasing them consistently and I have time, to get around technical limitations. Unfortunately, I didn't really plan for this one as well as I could have with the rest of the seasons, because I had more backup episodes for like Dreams episodes, but I didn't have a bunch of backup RPG Maker episodes recently. So if people are still interested in seeing more of that, I will probably make a point to record a few of them at a time in the near future, and then we could either, you know, do a dedicated month more of that, or I could just sprinkle them in the future. Again, comments, feedback. I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying things. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I appreciate it very much. So we're back at the dungeon. We're stocked up. Hopefully we can figure out what we're doing here, because so far it doesn't seem like we've been able to actually. And there I go, wasting 3 pebbles, but it didn't seem to do anything. Maybe I shoot sideways? No, didn't seem like I could shoot on the ladder. Ironically, I do not actually remember how I did this. Oh, I interact with the arrow. Something I hadn't tried doing, apparently. Oh no. So we drop deeper into the trunk of this elder tree. We grab a few more pebbles, feeling very silly about all the time we wasted. Then we press interact with whatever this little, whatever that is. It doesn't do anything, we move. And then there's a bus. The first bus. And there's guys coming from both directions, so we have to be a little on our toes. And he's closing in on us, but luckily he backs up eventually. And that's the first dungeon. Despite the game being a little janky and me being very confused about what to do at times, that's mostly a telegraphing issue. I'm very impressed for what the game has pulled off. I love the sound. That's great. And then he gives me a crystal hat. Or a crystal or something. Why did I say hat? Did it say hat? Anyway. Yes. So we did it. We beat that dungeon. And we can now presumably leave the forest. And here's the point where I was wondering. I'd, admittedly wasted a bunch of time running around trying to figure out what I was supposed to do, but how much more of this game was there? How much, is this a whole game? Then this guy mentions going to Growan Village, Growan, and then we get a whole field. And apparently, yeah, this game just keeps going. So I save. And you'll see me play a little more here, but I'm going to pose the question right now. If you would like to see more of this game in particular, let me know in the comments and I will pick up the playthrough. I don't know if anyone's interested in that. I could continue with other games. I try to give every game at least like a 1 episode kind of thing. And then I usually try to move on, but if there's significant interest in me continuing any game, just let me know and I'll explore a little more in depth if you don't feel like I gave a particular game a close enough look. We can always make a part 2 or even a part 3 or so on. Yeah, so I spend a little time just exploring what I'm presuming is like Hyrule Field. Oh, what was this building? Forest Temple. So yeah, there's a Forest Temple already. We have other temples. Hopefully a little better telegraph in that first one, but that could also just be me. I don't want to hark on the telegraphing being too bad. And they got the Skolata Lair. Oh, one of the most creepy places to be in Ocarina of Time. And it feels creepy here. They pulled off the creepy vibe. Excellent. But yeah, summer's coming. I have one other little game project that isn't RPG Maker or Dreams related that I might be doing in July. Also, I have music coming out and visuals, like audio-visual experiences, I guess, coming out on Headless Blood Idol, June 20th. So look forward to that. There's also going to be a compilation in August. I believe I'm going to try to get on to that as well. Also with Headless Blood Idol, so look forward to that. And I've also been, working hard. So I'll see you next time. Hopefully next week. Thank you all for the patience, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay cool. This has been nykTV, and this is your host again, Nika. See ya!